Welcome back to Prime Business. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. Businesses are making strong case for banks to move quickly and reduce interest rates. This follows a significant cut in the Bank of Ghana policy rate to 21.5%. Chief Executive of the Ghana Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mark Bidu Abuaji, tells banks don't have any excuse to drop their lending rates by some significant margin in the coming weeks.
Obviously, the link between the policy rates and businesses is the reduction in lending rate by the commercial banks. So once you've seen this significant drop, I'm very hopeful. I have no doubt that the banks will also respond positively and reduce their lending rate. And the cost of credit now become cheaper for businesses. Businesses will now be able to convince and be encouraged to go for loans. Now, if people have good ideas, they have businesses that are sitting down there and they don't have money to be able to implement them. So once there's opportunity for them to get access to credit at a lower rate, then I'm sure businesses will run to their banks and get money to expand their businesses and start new businesses. So for us, the good news, we've had a very high lending rate and it's not been good for businesses. So if the policy rate is coming down, then obviously the banks, the commercial banks should also respond positively. And it should be an immediate case. As I said earlier, this drop is very significant, and I don't expect that any commercial bank will give any excuse. 6.5% drop in policy rate anywhere is significant for any commercial bank to respond by lowering their lending rate.
In another development, Ghana's maritime sector is said to be reeling owing to plethora of challenges, including lack of policy direction, non-collaboration, interference, among other issues. President of the Ghana Chamber of Shipping, Stanley Aholu, says the earlier the country addressed these, the better for the future. He was speaking at the Maritime Transport Stakeholder Forum organized by the Chamber in Tema. Kwame Yanka has more.
The Ghana Chamber of Shipping, made up of both public and private actors, is positioning itself as an independent advocacy body. Its goal is to shape policy, foster collaboration among members, and create a regular platform for dialogue between freight forwarders, regulators, and shipping lines, among other players. Concerns remain over high port costs, inefficiencies, and competitiveness. With vessel turnaround time, cargo dwell periods, and tariffs under scrutiny, many say Tema and Takoradi ports risk falling behind rival ports in Lomé and Abidjan if reforms are not fast-tracked. Here is President of the Ghana Chamber of Shipping, Stanley Aholu.
Regulators are sometimes, or governments are sometimes pretty blind to the sector, and that is why you don't hear too much about it. It's dominated, essentially for us, unfortunately, it's dominated by foreign players. Very little participation, insignificant participation by locals. And that's also something that needs to change. And there are other factors that are driving the future of this industry. Decarbonization, the geopolitics of the world, and so on and so forth, are driving the future of this industry, which becomes considerations that governments and regulators need to pay attention to. So if the participants in the industry themselves don't speak out or draw government's attention to this sector, it remains obscure.
Meanwhile, Deputy Minister for Transport, Dorcas Afotofe, reading Sector Minister's speech, touched on challenges within the maritime space and outlined some steps in addressing them.
We are also committed to eliminating duplication among agencies in clearance processes, ensuring inspections, approvals, and cargo clearance are transparent, harmonized, and efficient. To this end, we are collaborating with the Ministry of Finance and the Ghana Revenue Authority to review port levies and charges, with the goal of making our port fair, affordable, and globally strong. In addition, Ghana is committed to the International Maritime Organization's IMO Green Voyage 2050 program, which 6 net zero greenhouse gas emissions from international shipping by 2050.
Stakeholders argue that without stronger consumer protection, streamlined regulation, and investment in innovation, Ghana could continue losing billions to foreigners. Kwame Yankes reports for Joy Business.
And the Labour, Jobs and Employment Minister, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, is urging the private sector to step up collaboration with government in deepening human capital development. He made a call at the 5th National Precision Quality Conference organized by the Design Technology Institute.
Human capital development is recognized as a fundamental driver of sustainable growth. But in Ghana, the challenge of aligning education, skills training, and industry demand remains critical. At the 5th National Precision Quality Conference in Accra, Labour, Jobs and Employment Minister Dr. Rashid Pelpo said a stronger collaboration from the private sector to support government is key to address unemployment.
The Human Capital Development Framework builds on such initiatives by ensuring that they are scaled, better coordinated, and linked to measurable outcomes. But these political decisions will only make meaning if we can collaborate with organizations like DTI, encourage them strongly, work along with them to ensure that the capture of young people desiring to change their circumstances and to contribute to national development are properly captured.
Founder and president of the Design and Technology Institute, Constance Swanika, says her institution remains committed to supporting government push for human capital development through strategic partnerships.
I think it's important to recognize that we are not doing this work alone, and this is really driven in partnership with NDPC, the National Development Planning Commission. So I think that's a really good start for me, that government really begins to, is beginning to recognize that the private sector, being the engine of growth, are the ones who are the off-takers and would be the ones that would create or spare jobs on. We also have a great relationship with the regulators, CTVET, Commission for Technical Vocational Education. We're working in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation, and more importantly, we're also doing a lot of work with the Ministry of Employment, Labour and Jobs.
The conference was on the theme Human Capital at the heart of Ghana's economic growth.
Now, government is calling on the private sector to support policies aimed at growing agriculture in the country, including government's Feed Ghana program. Speaking at the 4th edition of the Agritech West Africa exhibition, Deputy Director in charge of Crop Service at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Harry Bleponi, said private sector participation is key to enhance growth in the sector.
The edition of the Agritech West Africa exhibition featured countries including India, Turkey, Nigeria, Ghana, China, and Spain, with a wide range of products and solutions spanning agrochemicals, agriculture technology, irrigation, biofeeds, food processing and packaging technologies, food innovation, as well as processed and packaged food and beverages. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Deputy Director in charge of Crop Services at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Harry Bleponi, called on the private sector to invest and support the government Feed Ghana program to help grow the sector.
This is a time in which government is committed to exploring the full potential of agriculture for the economic transformation of Ghana through its flagship programs. The Feed Ghana program has the objective of ensuring national food security, promotion of value chain addition, increasing raw material supply to agro-processing industries, and expanding agricultural exports. Government will work with the private sector to achieve these goals. This will require public-private and public-private partnerships.
Indian High Commissioner to Ghana Manish Gupta pledged their support to help grow the agricultural sector and support Ghana's drive towards food self-sufficiency.
And our Prime Minister was here in the month of July, and we had extensive discussions partnership, especially in this priority sector between Prime Minister Modi and President Muhammad. So we are here, we are committed to support Ghanaian agriculture in each and every possible way. We look forward to working together with you. I wish this exhibition all success because I know this is a time to carve win-win partnerships where the industry, the business and the enterprises, we all can work towards a shared goal, which complements the Feed Ghana program.
The fourth edition of the Agritech West Africa exhibition served as a vital platform for international collaboration and innovation in the agricultural sector with participation from countries across the globe.
Didi Shito has officially launched its new brand at St. Mary's Senior High School in Accra, celebrating with students with several senior high schools completing their final exams. Speaking in an interview at the launch, Marketing Director of Didi Shito, Iraba Eduse, says the event highlights both the product's unique recipe and the brand's connection with the young consumers.
The event, led by Marketing Director of Didi Shito, Iraba Eduse, coincided with the end of the WASSE examinations, with students from St. Aquinas, Accra Academy, and Wesley Grammar joining in the celebrations. Eduse noted the product is designed to connect with young people while preserving authentic Ghanaian recipes.
We are celebrating with various schools. So here in St. Mary's, we invited St. Aquinas, we invited Accra Academy, we invited Wesley Grammar, and quite a number of them are celebrating with us today. As a brand that we are essential to senior high school students, we decided to be here to celebrate with them and also to introduce the new news. Didi Shito is a first of its kind because it has a good source of protein, and in recent times we've seen Shito that is just a black sauce where you have your pepper and oil and sometimes just a base without your protein source. But this for us is preserving the old age recipe that we know for our Shito, what your mama did for you.
Eduse added the brand is also positioning itself for strong market penetration. From today, Didi Shito will be available across open markets, key retail outlets, and modern trade centers, including ShopRite, Malcolm, and Palace Mall.
You can find it everywhere that you would typically buy your groceries. And so you'll find it in the open markets, you'll find it in the modern trade. And in the modern trade, we are talking about the ShopRites, the Malcolms, the Palace Malls. You'll find it from today onwards. Tomorrow when you go into the market, you're going to find it. Okaishi Market, Makola Nima, all our KDs are there. We have key distributors that are promoting them. You find it in Accra, Kumasi, Takrade for the launch. And so go out there, find it. It will be in a shop near you. Didi Shito for us, we took our time, and it's been in the pipes for long. We took our time to carefully research the ingredients that will make it worthwhile. And for us, you would actually taste the true essence of Ghanaian Shito. You're going to taste your herrings, you're going to taste your fish, you're going to taste your onions, you're going to taste your blend of herbs and spices. Shito does not slap, and I'm using a Gen Z language here, you do not enjoy it. And so this Shito actually slaps, and that is how unique we are. This tastes like home.
With its market debut, Didi Shito is blending tradition with modern retail reach, aiming to become a household staple across Ghana.
Access Bank has awarded cash prizes of up to 15,000 cedis and a year-long subscription for winners in the third and fourth draws of the Kokode-Nwamase promo. Speaking to Joy Business after the draw, which was held in Accra, Eugenia Addo, head of SME and support at Access Bank, explained the Kokode-Nwamase promo is aimed at encouraging a culture of savings among the youth. Here is more from the promo.
To participate in the draw, customers are required to deposit a minimum of 250 cedis into a new or existing account. Supported by the NLA Caritas platform, selected customers were awarded with cash prizes ranging from 1,500 cedis to 15,000 cedis at the third and fourth mini draws held in Accra. In addition, about 16 young customers of the bank received fully paid 12-month subscriptions on streaming platforms such as Netflix and Amazon Prime. Eugenia Addo, head of SME and support at Access Bank, explained that the Kokode-Nwamase promo is aimed at deepening financial inclusion and encouraging a culture of savings among customers.
The Kokode-Nwamase promo is Access Bank's way of rewarding customers and promoting the culture
culture of savings. The promo is in two main folds. We are looking at the mass retail and the youth. The whole idea is to promote the culture of savings. For the youth, what we are looking at is to promote the migration onto digital space, and so to get the youth to use their cards more often.
In all, 84 customers have been awarded across 4 draws since the promotion began in May. Eugenia Addo called on customers to continue depositing to increase their chances of winning in the upcoming mega draw.
We encourage everyone. You don't necessarily have to be a customer with Access Bank before. You can open accounts today, deposit 250 cedis, and then you can enter this promo. We encourage everyone out there to join in the mega draw, to come on board to the Faketwa Beji Kesia promo.
Telecel Ghana has rewarded one of its loyal customers with a brand new Hyundai Creta after emerging winner of the 13th cycle of its biannual Dream Car promo held under the supervision of the National Lottery Authority. Here's more.
Telecel's Dream Car Promo Awards presentation, which took place at the Kaswa Market, was marked by music, fanfare and cheering crowds who gathered to witness the handover ceremony. The winner of the award took home a brand new Hyundai Creta. Speaking at the event, acting head of Product and Services Consumer at Telecel Ghana, Carlos Asare, reaffirmed the company's commitment to helping consumers achieve their aspirations of owning dream cars and houses. He explained that the Dream Car Promo is one of the innovative ways the company support its customers in attaining their goals.
Customers all the time spend money, buy airtime, buy data, right? And so we also look at the needs of subscribers. I know in Ghana, getting a house, getting a car is aspirational. And so it is part of our duties to help our subscribers achieve their aspirations. So we thought it wise that let's have a promo that consumers will not have to spend too much, but will have the opportunity to achieve their dreams. And that is why we call it the Dream Car Promo, because we all want to have cars, we all want to have houses. And so this is to help customers get back from what they spend with us and the partnership we have with them.
Marketing and Caritas Officer at the National Lottery Authority, Bright Ofori, assured the public that the promotion is legitimate and encourage customers to participate.
Once you see me here, I say it again, it is legit. And as it's being run again, I encourage all Ghanaians to participate. This is, I think, the 13th prize they've given. I personally have witnessed, I think, 4 of them. I've presented this, the 4th one. And so I wouldn't put my face to anything personally. And also the NLA as an authority wouldn't put its face on anything that is fraud. And so I encourage Ghanaians to participate.
Beating thousands of other subscribers, James Dazi emerged winner of the Telecel Biannual SME Trivia campaign. He had this to say.
From nowhere. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do. I was just gaming and now I have a car. I'm very thankful to Telecel. I encourage everyone to participate.
The Dream Car Promo is open to all Telecel customers. Participants can subscribe by sending CAR to 2018 or dialing star 2018 hash. The campaign reinforces Telecel Ghana's commitment to innovation, customer satisfaction, and long-term value.
The British Council has launched the Digital Innovation and Vocational Employability Program, DIVE, an initiative designed to equip young graduates with digital and problem-solving skills. Speaking at the launch, Director of Programs and Partnership at the British Council, Richard Kwesi Shangbo, said the program is part of effort to boost youth employability through critical digital skills, and the goal is to help these graduates thrive in today's job market.
According to the Director of Programs and Partnerships at the British Council, Richard Kwesi Shangbo, the 8-week pilot program will train 80 selected graduates out of more than 1,000 applicants. He explained that participants will gain hands-on knowledge in digital literacy, coding, robotics, and artificial intelligence while applying their skills through a capstone project to develop real-world solutions.
This year, we intended to make sure that we train youth in the digital literacy space. When you look at the statistics of youth in Africa, especially in Ghana, digital literacy, problem solving is lacking. So we planned that the whole of the British Council country, especially SSA, this year we have to dedicate it to employability skills in terms of the digital literacy space. So DIVE is one of our flagship programs that we involve all the government agencies. That's the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment. And this also aligns with the government's priority for training youth in the digital space.
Chief Executive of IoT Network Hub, Joshua Kokode-Nwamase, says the newly launched Digital Innovation and Vocational Employability Training Program is designed to bridge the gap between academia and industry by providing practical future-ready skills.
The program has been designed to ensure that the outcome should have what we call capstone program. And capstone program is similar to what we call final exams, but this time they are not writing exams. They are building something practical with all the learning that they have acquired. And the training programs include teaching them how to find their purpose in life. We believe that once you start a journey, you need to have a goal. Why you want to start this journey, where you want to be, and that is going to help them align their personal aspiration with the needs of the program.
Now, Good Heart Quarry and Construction Limited has pledged to support academic training at the University of Ghana's Department of Earth Science, embarked on a field visit for level 100 students. Speaking at the field visit, Director of Good Heart Quarry and Construction Limited, Nana Osei-Yibua, emphasized that materials such as granite and quartzites are abundant and are well suited for government's 24-hour economic agenda.
Visit introduces students to the use of local resources like granite and quartzite in construction while showcasing Good Heart Quarry and Construction Limited's role in Ghana's infrastructure growth. Director Nana Osei-Yibua says the collaboration with academia strengthens local expertise and supports the government's 24-hour economy vision to create jobs.
With respect to our job, it is very, very well suited for the 24-hour economy because, firstly, our material is something that is not weather or timing dependent. We work with stone. So regardless of the time, regardless of the hour, regardless of visibility, rain, it doesn't really matter. And these resources are mostly located in places where jobs are badly needed. So taking the 24-hour economy towards places like that is the best thing to do because here, for example, our staffing is 50% male, 50% female. And once we go 24 hours, that means we are employing 3 times the amount of women, 3 times the amount of men. I like to mention the fact that stone building is not something that's new to us. We've always had it. And a very classical example is the Aban Palace that used to be at Manshia. It was built by Otumfuo Nana Osei-Bonsu in the 1820s. He contracted the Dutch to build a palace. Unfortunately, this was blown up during the Sagrenti War, and I think it was the stones were used to build the British fort later on. But this is a project that now we have the expertise, we know how to cut the stone, and we can rebuild.
Senior lecturer at the Department of Earth Science at the University of Ghana, Dr. Joseph Osei-Thompson, says exposing students to practical quarry operations is key to turning geology knowledge into entrepreneurship.
Our students, live and they search for jobs for years, but the rocks that we're teaching them about are resource. Okay, and we want them to understand that the rocks are a resource, and we want to give them the experience. Exposing them to people who are working with the rocks. We want them to actually see that they can create a business out of the rocks.
It's a wrap for all the business update for this week, and basically here on Prime Business. My name is Winston Taki. Thanks for watching. Prime Sports is next after this break. Stay tuned.